Hey guys, what is going on? Chris here looking ahead to today's games for November 11th. So hopefully you guys all did good on the 4-game slate. It wasn't the best for me, just, people just didn't perform like they were supposed to. Taj Gibson didn't do it for me. So, just in general, not the best night out there. But anyway, hopefully we can rebound. Hopefully you guys did, though. Did pretty good. But anyway, we're going to be looking ahead to today's 8-game slate here. Got some good games, got some interesting matchups, so we'll definitely look into that. So, and as usual, guys, if you guys are interested in premium lineups, definitely let Anthony and I know. 4 lineups per day, $30 per month. Like I said, if you're interested, we have our email in the comment section below. Or if you guys just have some questions in general, if you don't want to, do premium, you just need help, definitely let us know as well. We'll have our email down there. Just message us, and we'll help you, get set up, or just in general, if you need some advice for the slate, we'll help you as well. So definitely hit us up. With that being said, hopefully you guys, like I said, had a good night last night. So let's get into the 8-game slate here. First game we have is Utah and Orlando. We don't have an over-under on this one. I'm doing this a little earlier than normal. But I'm expecting this to probably be around 188 probably in Utah by 3. This is going to be a pretty good competitive game. I don't mind targeting this game. I don't want too many from this game, though. It is pretty early, but, there's some select guys I don't mind in this one. So it doesn't, questionable still here for George Hill. Even if he is questionable, I do not mind Elfrid Payton. Utah is not the best defense here. It's weird to say that, but not the best against the point guard position. And especially with Hill out, they're let me find them here. I guess they're ranked towards the bottom, but I like my chances with Hill out. Peyton, he's been pretty consistent recently. So it's 2 games. I know that Washington, Chicago, not good, but this is going to be, like I said, a good matchup for him. He's Magic are kind of a slow-paced team, so it's going to be a good matchup. I really do like him here. Mac's probably going to start again if Hill can't play. So I really don't mind Peyton at all. Not too high on Mac, though. Evan Fournier, Rodney Hood. I go Rodney Hood over Fournier, 5,400. He's still pretty consistent. Not really a GPP option because he doesn't have that huge upside. But if you're looking for a cash game, Hill is the way to go. 33, 40, 24, and 32. Magic not the best defense out there as normal. This is going to be a slow-paced game, but it is totally fine here for Hood. Like I said, if you're looking for your 28-plus kind of guy, maybe tops 30, 34-ish, I'll probably definitely take him. So we'll take him over Evan Fournier. Moving on, we got Hayward and Aaron Gordon. Definitely don't mind Hayward here. There are some other guys out there that I would rather have, but same thing, kind of a cash game kind of play for Hayward. Definitely don't mind him. Don't mind Favors. His price is still a little bit too cheap for me. His minutes are getting back up there, as you see. Not too good there, 32, but, 5,900, you can take it. Ibaka, as we know, not a bad defender, but I really do like Favors here quite a bit. And then you got Rudy and Nikola Vukovic kind of cancel each other out. I'd maybe give the nod to Rudy, but don't really care for any of those centers here. So in this one, like I said, maybe Peyton GPP, Hood cash game, Hayward as well as a cash game. So then obviously I love Favors as well. So don't mind this game. I don't want to target too many people, but it is a pretty good matchup. So all right, next we got Philly and Indy. We got 76ers and the Pacers. We got a 213 total and Indy by 4. So Philly's been playing a little better here recently. I've been looking. They've been playing better at home. Indy's been all over the place. They, they're 4-4. There's some games that they should have won that they didn't. And they just played Philly not, on the 9th. So just going to be a rematch here mostly. So, and one guy that went off that he's going to be very popular, I think I'm going to pick him, is Jeff Teague. He, like I said, he just destroyed destroyed the 76ers. He just went off on them. He got 50 points. That's going to boost his popularity, but I'm going to pick him again. Probably won't get 50. I'm expecting around 34, 35 from him, but I like him here. I usually don't target Teague, but he's sitting in a very good spot. Paul George, I think he got 42 last time out. That's not bad, obviously, but the way he's been playing. Looking for a little more, though, out of 8,500. There's some better options out there. But don't mind George. It's going to be a competitive game. I think Robert Covington did good as well. So, yeah, mostly all these guys did good. They're expecting it to be about the same with, like I said, a 216. That's pretty high for a Philly Indy game. So, one guy that's going to be in some of my lineups, I don't know why his price isn't getting moved up. It's CJ Miles. They've been playing him a lot more recently. I know he only had 20, but he's a good salary saver, GPP option in a good spot here against Philly. As you see, his minutes are going up just a little bit, scoring pretty good too. So, like Miles as a GPP for only $4,400. All right, moving on, power forward position. We got Thaddeus Young, Dario Saric. Obviously, it's Young's old team, but Young hasn't really been doing it for me this year at all. Jefferson's been taking a lot of his playing time. Saric had a half-decent game, but maybe GPP because he's so cheap, but I don't think he'll do that again. I say around 24, 25. And then you got Miles Turner, and then you had Al Jefferson as well. He had a good game out. But Joel Embiid and Okafor are both going to be playing, so that might hurt him a little bit. But I don't mind Joel Embiid. Only thing I'm worried about, though, is maybe Okafor taking some of his minutes. But Indy really can't rebound at all. So I'd take Embiid over Okafor. I was looking at Turner last time out. He got 31. But 6,800, I'm looking for a little more. So I definitely go Joel Embiid here if you're going to pick anyone from there. So I think that mostly does it from that area. So going to be a good game to target. It's kind of weird to say that, with Philly, but they're young, they're hungry, they're at home. Like I said, they play a little better here. And, that total is high. So I think throughout the day it's going to go towards Indiana, though, probably around the 7 or 8 spread. This had a 213 total, so definitely watch that one. All right, moving on, we got Cleveland and Washington. As I said, doing this early, so no spread on this one either. There's no spread on a lot of these games. Probably going to be around about a 213, probably 214. Both of these teams can score. In Cleveland, probably around 6 is what I'm expecting. All right, so Bradley Beal is a little messed up right now. Wall and Irving is going to be a very good battle. It's up to you who you want to pick. If Beal's out, Wall may have to do a lot more than normal. So if Beal's out, definitely don't mind Wall. I know Irving's up against him, but, this can be a good game. And Wall, wants to play good against Cleveland. So definitely do not mind John Wall at all if Beal is out, which I think he might be out. Don't mind Irving either, though, 7,400. This can be a close game, good matchup for him. Had 40 against Atlanta, so definitely don't mind Kyrie Irving here in a good matchup here against John Wall. So I said Bradley's a little questionable. Don't really care for any of these other shooting guards. And then Otto Porter had a heck of a game, but that is definitely going to come to an end here against LeBron James. That's just not going to work. I really do like LeBron here quite a bit. I think Wall and LeBron are going to go at each other pretty good in this one. Not too many big guys on the board. There's Westbrook, got Griffin and Paul, but not too many big small forwards out there. So may have to pay up for James. Definitely don't mind that. And then you got Mr. Kevin Love. He's been, pretty good so far this year. Let's see how the Wizards. I think Wizards are half decent against power forwards. They're down towards the bottom. Markieff Morris, I think the last couple games haven't been playing too many minutes. So, yeah, his minutes are fluctuating quite a bit. So, and he has a bad matchup against Kevin Love. So don't mind Love too much. And then you got Gortat, you got Tristan Thompson. I think Thompson will do half decent here, probably around 20, 27 fantasy points here. At tops, he's all over the place as well, but should be a good battle with Gortat and Thompson, so don't mind that at all. So Yeah, going to be another one of those good games. Like I said, Cleveland, Washington, going to be a good one to target. You're definitely going to want to be targeting that one. All right, moving on. We got Toronto and Charlotte. This is probably, this one doesn't have an over and under either, but probably around a 205, and Toronto probably around 6. So this is in Charlotte, though. Kemba Walker has been playing some pretty good ball. He's going to be going up against Kyle Lowry, though. That's going to be a pretty good matchup. Totally up to you guys. Not the best matchup for Walker, though, because Lowry really, pretty good defender. Don't mind Lowry, though. He had a very good game against Westbrook and OKC. Came up, I think, just short. So 46 from him. Did pretty good. Sorry, they did beat OKC, my bad. So pretty good night from him. Then you got DeRozan. Man, he's creeping up there in point in his salary, but, man, you got to put him in there. He's just so consistent. Don't know what's going on with Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. That's going to be a little interesting. I don't think I'd put Bellinelli in there, so probably stay away from that. Don't care for these guys at all. Then Valanciunas, don't know if he's going to play or not. So this, I don't really care for this game at all. DeRozan, Lowry, and Kemba Walker for me in this one. If you had the pick, obviously DeRozan's going to be my number one, but those guys are are there as well, but not too high in anybody else from that one. So this is kind of a fade game for me, not really too into this early game here. All right, moving on. We have New York and Boston. That's going to be a good one. Both these teams don't really like each other. Boston not playing as good as they could 3-4. New York's 3-4. So both these teams are kind of struggling a little bit. Boston's lost 3 in a row. So, and there's no over and under, but probably around a 208, 209 from this one. Boston's defense is just not what it was last year because obviously they're missing some pieces. So they're struggling mightily. I don't mind Derrick Rose. It's hard to say that, but I really don't mind Rose. Isaiah Thomas is not the best or the biggest defender out there. So really don't mind that. As you see, Knicks surprisingly are the number one best teams against the point guard position. So definitely don't mind D Rose here as a GPP. Should be, I think, maybe New York beats them a little bit, but I think this should be a half decent game. D Rose didn't do too much because Brooklyn, but I really don't mind D Rose in this one. Hopefully he doesn't break his leg or something. So don't mind Thomas at all either. He's going to have to be leading the way. I don't mind a Bradley and a Isaiah Thomas duo right there. Not too high in Courtney Lee. Carmelo should have an easy matchup here against Jaylen Brown. And then you got Kristaps Porzingis. He should be pretty good. Boston's been struggling a lot. They haven't had their big guy Al Horford. Kelly Olynyk is back, but still, I think Porzingis should do half decent. But every time I pick Porzingis, though, he just doesn't like me for some reason. So I picked him at the 17. I remember that, but ever since then, he's been doing good. So Porzingis sitting in a very good spot here against the Boston team that cannot rebound at all right now. So if Al Horford's out again, definitely love Mr. Porzingis in that one. So this is going to be a good game. Porzingis, Anthony, get me some Bradley in there, and don't mind Thomas or Derrick Rose. So like I said, should be a pretty good contest there against the two teams. All right, moving on. We got Oklahoma City and the Clippers. We got a 203 total, and the Clippers by 5. So I don't know how I feel about this game. It should be a good game, but, man, the Clippers have just been annihilating everybody here recently. They've just been blowing out almost everyone, and everyone has just been sitting most of the second half. So, their last 3 games have just been blowouts. So that's the only bad thing. Hopefully OKC can keep this close. I'm not sure if they can. I mean, you got Russell Westbrook, but that's really it. I don't know if Westbrook can keep him in this game, because I don't think any of those other OKC guys can. But there's Westbrook right there. He's sitting very pretty. But he is going up against CP3. That's a little questionable. But I don't mind CP3 on the other hand. As I keep saying, if this is not a blowout, Paul is going to have a very good game. they're not as good away from LA, but Paul, as you see, he has not been playing any minutes these last 3 games. But when he does play his minutes, as you see, he played OKC, got you 48.7. So I like Paul, man. If they can keep this close, I really do love Paul. I think Westbrook did half decent. Yeah, he only got 45. So yeah, definitely would pick Paul over Westbrook in this one and save some money. And they got Victor Oladipo. He's been struggling. Clippers is they're a pretty good defense, so I don't really care for Oladipo. Don't care really for any of these OKC guys besides Westbrook because this LA defense is for real. Love Griffin here against Kanter and Sabonis. I think he will just straight up annihilate these two. And then you got Adams in there, and then Jordan. Adams, he's been half decent, but not a good matchup for him in this one. Unfortunate, but he only had 15 against LA. So, like I said, hopefully this game doesn't just have a blowout. I've been having issues picking people from blowouts. So, just be aware that this might be a blowout game. So, don't go too high into it. If you had to, I'd just probably pick Paul for sure in this one. At minimum, he'll get you around 30, 35, 36. So that's probably my one guy I would pick from this one. So, and obviously Westbrook if you want him, but I'm going to go Chris Paul in this one here. So, all right, I think that mostly does it for that one. All right, moving on, we have Detroit and San Antonio, 195 total, and San Antonio by 8. I think this might be another one of those blowout games. San Antonio just came off a hard loss against Houston. So look for them to rebound. Don't think Tony Parker, is he going to be back or not? So he's questionable. I don't mind Patty Mills here against Ish Smith. Smith, not a very good defender. So I don't mind Patty Mills. He hasn't been doing anything, but maybe he gets you 25 here. That's a GPP only. But Ish, I don't care for Ish at all. KCP had a very good game, but not like that against Danny Green. Kawhi Leonard, I like him. Price went up a little bit. And then Aldridge here against Tobias Harris. Don't mind Aldridge. This is going to be a slower game. Aldridge likes those slow games, but not my favorite power forward out there. He just, as you see, hasn't been exceeding that $7,300 price range. 29, 30, 27, and 26. So I'm not going to be paying that much for a guy that's only hitting around $6,200 value. So don't care for Aldridge at all. Then Drummond, I don't mind him in this one because I said it should be a slow-paced game. Pau Gasol really hasn't been playing much. They've been putting Aldridge down there and David Lee quite a bit. Gasol's only been playing like 20 minutes. So Drummond, like I said, slow-paced game. They're going to need him and his rebounds. He plays pretty good against a slow-paced game. So they're going to keep keeping this one. Drummond's definitely going to have to come through. And I definitely don't mind Drummond. He's still only 8,200. I do like him. They get at least 45 in this one. I know it's hard to say that against San Antonio, but just have a half-decent feeling about Drummond here. Let's see here. Spurs, I know that as you see, they're last against number one team against centers, but still don't mind Drummond, but not my number one. Number one is probably going to be Boogie here against Portland. So anyway, with that being said, let's get into the Portland-Sacramento one. I think this is our last game. So we got a 211 total in Portland by 6. So Portland, they should be well rested. They just got annihilated, as I said, against the Clippers. So they didn't really play. Their starters didn't really play much in that game. So they should be rested. Lillard, his price finally came down, and I'm going to be attacking him. I love Lillard. He only had 7 in that Clipper game. But Sacramento, a little bit different team here. Collison's coming back for Sacramento. So I really don't mind Lillard at all. They're going to be at home, plays good at home. They're going to want to rebound, so Lillard definitely going to be in my lineups. All right, don't mind CJ McCollum either. He's sitting in a good spot as well against the Kings. I know he had a bad down game as well, but, it's the Kings. So I think he's going to do half decent here. And then you got Rudy Gay. I don't mind Maurice Harkless here if Aminu is out again, kind of a GPP here. But when Aminu went down, I guess that was a different game. Sorry about that. It was against Phoenix. So not too high here again on Harkless. Maybe get you 25, but not too high on him, but maybe GPP. And then you got Noah Vonleh. He started for he went the rest of the game for Aminu, but Vonleh maybe GPP, but he's not really a good player, and I think Lillard and McCollum are going to be controlling this game here for Portland. Maybe take a shot with him. I don't know. Maybe he gets you 24, 25, but 3,700, who knows? Don't know if you really need him here. Like I said, I don't mind Cousins. Don't mind Plumlee, but would definitely pick Cousins over Plumlee. So I think that mostly does a lot of East Coast games. And as you know, Anthony and I, we don't really care for East Coast games too much unless they're a high total. So because, as I said, West Coast usually is the faster-paced games. All right, with that being said, let's get into a lineup. Let me see. Man, I really want to pick Paul here, but I think it might be a blowout. Same with Portland and Sacramento, though. I think that might be a blowout. But I think they're going to give Lillard a little bit extra more minutes because he didn't play too much against the Clippers. So let's go Jeff Teague. As I said, I love him quite a bit. And then you got John Wall. Hopefully he doesn't get ejected here for the third straight game. That'd be annoying. He just hasn't been doing much, but like I said, he has a very good matchup, 9,000. I'm going to leave that second point guard spot for now. All right, this could be a 50-50. So I said DeRozan, got to have him. Hood sitting pretty for a cash game. Then you got LeBron there. You got Kawhi. Let's see. You got Carmelo. Should be a pretty good game. Not the most upside, though. I'm going to go LeBron. Let's see if I can get LeBron in there. And then you got to go a little cheaper. I'm going to put in CJ Miles. I guess a little bit of 50 cash game / GPP. And then power forwards are just not too pretty. I'm going to go Porzingis and Favors in this one. And then the point guards. See if there's any cheap centers I can go after. Maybe Embiid. Like I said, I'm just not too sure about Embiid and Okafor here. Oh, man. All right, well, I'm not going to go there for now. Not too high on any of those guys. If I go, there's no way I can get Lillard in there, is there? No possible way. Let's try and go Isaiah Thomas, and you only got 4K. So I don't really care for anybody at all down here. All right, let's just take him out here. And let's just go Kyrie Irving. And then that only gives you 48. So that really doesn't help you much. Maybe Tristan Thompson. But as normal, that's just a rough draft. Definitely don't play that lineup at all. It's just kind of guys that I'm kind of looking at. Favors, Porzingis, love those guys. Definitely don't mind, Miles in a GPP. James, definitely my number one small forward. Hood, a good cash game. DeRozan, got to have him. But point guard is kind of where you can mix and match. There's at least 5 or 6 different guys out there that's where you're going to want to spend up at. But Teague is probably my number one value point guard here on the night. So I think that mostly does it. Hopefully, you guys enjoy the video. If you do, leave a like. We do appreciate it. If you have not subscribed yet, welcome to the channel. Hopefully, you guys enjoy it. If you do, definitely hit that button for more videos. So I think that does it, guys. If you guys are interested in premium lineups, definitely let Anthony and I know. Get 4 lineups per day, and it's only $30 a month. Or if you guys have questions about the slate, definitely message us as well. We will answer your questions. Just email us, and we'll get you all set up and answer your questions. So, alrighty, guys. Thank you for watching, and hopefully everyone has a good Friday.